This podcast is brought to you by Sci-Fi, the world leader in psychology fitness training. Sci-Fi is scientifically proven to help you optimize your physical, mental, and emotional performance through functional training of your brain, body, and breath. For the first time, have your own clinical psychologist, personal trainer, life coach, breathwork teacher, and mediation instructor all in one. Instead of having to wait months or even years for results, you get them in 75 minutes or less. That's the Sci-Fi difference. Rewire your brain, retrain your body, and refocus your breath. Learn more at psyfi.nyc.
It's been said, you, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life.
In the ring, I control my own destiny.
Absolutely.
I win, I lose. It's in my hands.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
I face life head on, but I've learned to welcome the challenges even in the ring.
From the boxing side of it, every time we fall, we get back up.
That's what Life's Tough, Boxers Are Tougher is all about. In the guest corner, he comes to us from Huntington, New York by way of Port-au-Prince, Haiti, bringing an impressive record of 13 wins against only one defeat with 6 big wins by knockout. He's a staple performer of Star Boxing's Rockin Fights series. Please welcome to the podcast, Wendy, Haitian Fire, Toussaint.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good to see you, pal. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. Doing good. Beautiful day, sunny. Very hot. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know you like the warm weather, so that's good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Wendy. So are you a bus driver? Are you a school bus driver? Did I hear that? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, I'm a school bus driver, and this is what I do for I'm gonna say living a little bit, because you got to have some extra income to come in. You need some money.
Yeah. You're starting out. You're starting out in the boxing business. You got to get you're a top prospect in the boxing business, and you got to have a kind of a day job to get you started. So my first question on that is, do the kids know that you're a professional fighter?
They know I'm not every. Some of them they don't care, but most of them they're very excited. They know I'm a professional fighter, and most of the time they ask me, when is your next fight? We would like to see you fighting, and I let them know what I'm doing. Yes.
No, that's great. So obviously I was at your last fight, and that was I'm glad I got my soda before the fight started, because you weren't there for long. I guess they're not paying you by the hour. That was a quick destruction of Mr. Travis Gambardella. So that was a quick night for you. How you feeling? You feeling good?
Oh, feeling good because I've been off for some time, so I was really very very good to get back into film during again, and like I said, I never stopped training anyway, so I never stopped training. I'm always training hard. I'm always on fire. So when I get back to the ring, I know I'm gonna win. I didn't know I'm gonna knock them out in the first round, but I know definitely I'm gonna win the fight.
Well, it was a great performance. He was no joke. I have a lot of respect for that guy. I looked him up and I checked him out because I wrote an article about the card for NY Fights. And I didn't expect you to make that short. I figured you were going to beat him because I thought you were the better boxer. But you made short work of him. That was pretty impressive stuff.
Right. I know he's strong. He's strong, but I'm training very hard, and I got a lot of experience in my background anyway.
No, absolutely. Before we get into the meat of the podcast, too, tell us about one of my favorite people in the boxing business. I think one of the best guys I think I've ever met in the boxing business, but also outside the boxing business, is Frankie G. Tell us a little bit about Frankie.
Oh, Frankie G is a very, very good manager. He take care of me very well. Make sure I am good with my training, with even it's something I'm gonna say anything I want, I get it from Frankie. He's take care of everything for me. This is the first time. that I got some, I'm gonna say treatment, because like he take care of me very well, very, very well. Like, you don't, I mean, when you're a professional fighter, you don't want to stress out about some stuff. So anytime I got something that don't go well, or he can hand that for me. So I'm very happy with Frankie. He's a very, very good man.
Yeah, great guy. Somebody I have nothing but the utmost respect for. So Wendy, the name of the show, right, is Life's Tough, Boxers Are Tougher. I know you've come from some tough circumstances. So, tell us why you're tougher than life.
I mean, I'm coming from a poor family, so when you're coming from a poor family, you have to be hard. Like, I'm gonna say, that's make you, be strong in life, because life is not easy. It's difficult for everybody, man. But when you like poor, you don't have nothing, and you have to survive. But let me tell you, you gotta work in hard. Everything you do, you just training hard. You just doing hard, and you're not scared. And for me, I'm not scared. I'm just go through anything. I know it's hard. I know it's painful, but I will get what I want anyway.
Well, yeah. So when did you come over from Haiti?
I was born in Haiti, but at the age of 7, I was living in French Guyana.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I was not with my mother in French, because she left us. You have to do, a lot of stuff to provide for us. But I was really, like, I'm gonna say alone, because my father was not really, take care of me with my brother. So I'm gonna say a little bit alone in French Guyana. And this is where things was really tough, because I was on my own. I have to, try to go to school. I say try, find a job. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was living. This is I was very young, but I was living like I am an old man. That.
Yeah, I can't imagine how tough that had to be. Tell us a little bit about how that affected your career, and how did you first wind up in going to the boxing gym, and talk about what that meant to you.
I remember I have a cousin, and I was very young, and I'm gonna say like 10, 12 years old. And I see my cousin coming from somewhere. She said, can you go somewhere with me? I say where? I say I want to do some boxing stuff. I say, boxing? You want to go to boxing? And she always fighting in the street, so she want to learn how to fight. This is the only reason she want to go to the gym. So I go with them at the gym, and I'm coming. I'm very young. I see all these guys throwing punch, blood, and everything. And and she started training, and they have a coach over there. He said, do you want to try? I don't know how to fight. I remember they whipped my ass. Like, I think I was blood in my mouth. And it's not like here. When you go in this type of country, when you want to sparring, they're gonna beat your ass. You're gonna take punch. And they know you don't know. They're gonna beat you up for real. So I take a lot of punishment, and I was a little bit sad. My cousin, she was laughing, but for some reason, I want to go back. I didn't want to stop. I don't know why I keep going back, and I never stopped since, and I become very good amateur.
So, and that was in French Guyana?
In French Guyana, yes, in French Guyana. He's a French, you have friends that, I'm gonna say, take care of them, the country. I don't know how you call that. The French provide this country.
Yeah, protectorate or territory. Yeah,
exactly.
So how tough was it leaving Haiti and being in, French Guyana?
Like I said, I was very young. And I would, I have to learn the language, because they speak in French in Haiti. I didn't really learn how to speak French in Haiti, but I was young, and people sometimes they They understand what I'm saying. You know, and it was I was a little bit confused. I mean, I give you an example. If you live in a house for 10 years or 20 years and you go somewhere else, you know the feeling. You're new in the neighborhood, you know, nobody know you, and as long with you know, you get used to it with everything. But it was a little bit tough, but I get through it, and I mean, I have to go to school, you know, and I like to play soccer. I was playing soccer a lot over there. I was doing soccer and I was doing boxing at the same time. So when I'm finished the training with the soccer, I go in boxing. So I was busy. You know, when you stay busy like that, you stay out of trouble, you know.
Pretty cool. That's really cool. And yeah, we find that a lot of people like to play soccer. A lot of our guests are, you know, they're boxers, but they would like to have been soccer players. I think a few of them. So that's pretty, you know, that's pretty interesting for sure. So, you know, tell us about the challenges. So you went to French Guiana. So tell us about the challenges of coming here now, then to the, you know, United States.
The challenge in French Guiana.
Yeah, from the challenges from going from French Guiana to the United States.
I mean, the challenge, to be honest, is like the challenge over there in French Guiana is like I was not really eat very well because I didn't have like people that give me food. You know, sometimes you have a day you don't eating. You know what I'm saying? I would drink water. You know, I was alone, so that was very tough in French Guiana.
What do you mean by alone? Like who did you live with?
I was living with my, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm going to say, you know, black family, like Haitian, sometimes you have a family, they're not cool together. You may live in with someone, maybe your you know, your brother or your cousin, but they don't care. Everybody living in home, you know, they don't like, they're not going to provide you something. You know, you really have to ask your father, your father, you know, he drink his beer, you don't care. You know, so for me, I remember I was always get a job, or maybe when I'm going to boxing, people was like me because I was a good amateur. I was to go to different country, and this is the only time I would enjoy life because you got food, you know, people love you, they give you some stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you're in boxing, people give you stuff, but and that it was tough. You know, everything I have to get on my own, walking and it was very hard. And I remember that I remember when I was have to leave and come to New York. Now because I with my mother, you know, my mother, she helped me with everything. She started to provide for me. And that was difficult because I didn't know. I mean, like you can see, I don't speak English well, but every day I get better. But that was
better than I speak French. I can tell you that. Your English is a lot better than my French, my friend. I can assure you of that.
So I remember when I come to New York and I would see my mother. She was working at you know, something they call HHA, like you have to take care of old people, stuff like that. So she didn't make a lot of money, so I have to help her. You know, I used to work in the factory. I mean, I did a lot of job. I used to work in the factory. I used to work in I get what is job? What do they call this job? They have some job that I did, but it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? People give you something, they give you some money. I'm not, you know, stuff like that. And I used to do a lot of little job just to help my mother. It was tough. You know, I mean, you live in New York, it's cold. Sometimes your car is not working. You know what I'm saying? It's cold, you're outside, you have to change the tire. Let me tell you. It's cold. I do all this stuff, you know, and sometimes, you know, you don't have a glove. I mean, that's happened to me. You know, this is when I was living in New York. You know what I'm saying? So, it was tough. And then, you know, with the boxing stuff, when I started to do boxing, it was a little bit that was helping me a lot with boxing because I started to know people. A lot of people reach out to me. They want to help me. Man, I have a lot of people right now. Like if I want something right now, I can just make a call. but I'm cool. I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? I know how to deal with what I have. I really have to be in trouble to make a call.
Yeah, absolutely. So when did you come over here? When did you come to and how did you wind up in Huntington?
Well, when I come in New York, I was looking to do boxing anyway. I was doing soccer and boxing, but in Long Island, for some reason, you have to go to school to play soccer. It's not like in French Guiana, you can go to a team, a club. No, you know, I didn't go to school, so I was looking. There's no team. I didn't find nothing, and I was looking boxing. So I'm do some research, you know, and I see something in Huntington, and I drive there, and back then the gym in Huntington was I forget the address, but it was in Huntington Station, you know, and I when I go to the gym, I meet Cathy Collin.
Yeah,
He's from
the Hall of
yeah,
Famer, Atlantic
yes.
City Boxing Hall of Famer, Cathy Collins. Yeah,
Here we go. I meet her. I meet Frankie, and you know they don't know me. They don't know if I know how to fight, but they tell me to keep coming. You know, I start to keep coming at the gym. You know, punch the bag, do my ropes. It was a little bit new for me because when you go to a different place, you have to really go hard to be on the top. And this is what I was doing, training hard, running, you know, and the time passed very quick. So you really have to stay a dedication and motivation to get there because, I mean, America is American dreams, right? But if you don't go hard, nothing will happen. I don't care what you're doing. You have to go hard, and when you go hard, everybody gonna see that. They say, "Oh, why you doing hard? You training hard." They see that you cannot. You really have to go hard.
So when did you turn professional?
I turned professional in. I was. It was. Oh my God! It was 2012, I think. 13, 12, something like that. I forget it.
Well, listen. So so we're talking here. So you had to leave Haiti to go to French Guiana. You had to basically go by yourself, and then you had to come over here, you know, to continue your boxing career. And you know you're on a good trajectory, right? You know, one slip up, but for the most part, you've been you know, you've been laying guys out pretty quickly. You know, how much of that of having a tough childhood plays into your ring psyche? Because you're one of the nicest guys I've ever met outside the ring, but inside the ring, you're a pretty bad dude. And I know when you were in the amateurs, I know you were a little bit of a rough customer in the amateurs too. How much does that, you know, play from having such a tough childhood?
I mean, you know, like I said, when you're hungry like me, you know, you hungry, you want that. I really want it. I mean, every time I'm coming to the ring, one thing you have to tell yourself, I'm telling you, he's in shape, you know, and he's ready. I'm not guaranteeing somebody out, you know, anything can happen. But for me, you know, I know he's very hard. Boxing is hard. It's a hard sport. You know, it's a challenge because you have to lose weight. You have to training every day. This is hard sometimes. Sometimes, you know, I'm a human being. I break down. You know, sometimes I say, oh, I can't. And the next day I'm good. Like yesterday, I was running. I didn't running properly. I said, damn, today, when I'm finished with you, I'm going to kill it. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of human being that I am. I know it's hard, but I find a way to make it easy. And when I'm training harder, doing harder every day by day, hey, it's hard. I'm never coming at someone and say, you know, that's easy. Nah, yeah, it's really hard. But I'm doing so hard, and I know they have a lot of challenge. You know, a lot of challenge. I mean, you have to stay out of trouble. I mean, boxing is boxing. you have to stay good outside too. You know, don't get trouble with the police. You know, stay away from stuff. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of things that can put you. I mean, be a good boxer is good, but it's life. You know, you're outside, you're driving, or you talk with people. You meet people. You know, you respect people. You know, you're not better than anyone. You just, you know, this is all a challenge. This is something combined together. You know what I'm saying? I know people that good boxer, but if you get destroyed outside, you know, you get problem inside. You know, so
yeah. Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, right? So you know, this is what I do. I'm careful. I'm very careful outside, and I'm training hard. You know, I pray. You know, this is the most important for me.
Hey, so I want to ask you a question, and listen, if you feel like it's out of bounds, that's okay. We don't have to discuss it, but I do want to ask it. Are you comfortable talking about Patrick Day?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So tell everybody, you know, when I think of a professional challenge that you had to overcome, I think there wasn't anybody in the Long Island boxing community that wasn't affected by that. And for those who don't know, Patrick Day was a Long Island fighter who passed after a very tough fight. Talk a little bit about that and how you had to overcome that.
Oh wow, that was really hard. I remember when that happened. I was actually going to training at Huntington, the Devil Gym is the name. And I was training, and I know something happened, and it was in hospital in coma, and it was my friend was in his phone, and in my heart, I said, "It will be all right. It will be all right." But just a couple minutes like that, you say, "Hey, Patrick died. He died just, you know." And I remember my spirit break down. I was not able to training. I'm gonna start training, and I stopped. I was not able to. I was not feeling good. I didn't want to fight anymore because I didn't know that can happen in boxing. For me, boxing, it was not like that. I didn't tell me, yes, I didn't know that. I learned something. I said, what? And I go home, and I was thinking, I mean, you know the feeling when you know someone, you sparring with him, a friend. It was hard.
Oh,
it was very, very, very tough. And let me tell you, it was more tougher when they tell you got to fight the guy that killed him.
I know.
You know, he's more tougher. You know, he's more tough. But you know what? I know I am strong. I'm not afraid to take a challenge. This is me. This isn't me. I'm not gonna run out. Oh my God, no. I'm gonna try to prove something. But that was very, that was tough. Very, very, very. I was, I don't want to box no more. I don't want to do that. I was not feeling comfortable. But when they offered me the fight against Charles Conwell, I take it. I take it. It was not for the money. In my heart, I was looking for a revenge.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
But a revenge in a good way, or winning. I mean, I was there. You know, I was looking to get a revenge. But I know in my heart, if anything happened in this fight, I will learn something. I'll be better, 100%. Yeah. I know it. Sometimes people get a challenge at the back way, but they don't know. I mean, something may happen. Hey, listen, I'm not God. You know what I'm saying? Something may happen, but listen, if you don't die in boxing, you're still gonna die anyway.
Absolutely.
You're still gonna die anyway, you know? So I know I will get something anyway. But I was looking for that strength to you know, I was pride because it's tough. When you think about that, you go to fight somebody that, you know, and you got to stay in your room. Sometimes I'm thinking, you know, I was like that. That was tough. I mean, every day. And I'm going on my phone on when they're gonna fight. And the crazy thing, you got all this thing going on the internet. I mean, when you're fighting a tough guy, you see on them everywhere. And I'm like, God damn, I don't want, I was trying to stay away from the internet, but I get used to it right now. But it was tough. And sometimes I ask myself how I was able to do that. And
What'd you say? How were you able to do it? Because that's a great lesson in perseverance. So how were you able to do it?
I'm gonna say courage. I was pride. I say I was pride. I say God, because I didn't tell my mother I'm gonna fight this guy. Because if I was telling my mother the background of this guy, her heart maybe not feeling good. She's not able to take that. So for me, I know alone I can do a lot of things. When I don't put people in my side, I can do a lot of crazy things. I'm good. I mean, right now I'm definitely more stronger than before. I mean, I'm a different animal right now. Sometimes I'm scared to not be a killer by myself, because when you're coming from that, that's change your mind. Your mind you get different. So every time I'm going to fighting, I look at somebody different right now, because it does change you. You feel like you're going through hell and coming back. You're going through it because you're alone. It's not like somebody will come save you. You're fighting a top guy that, you know what happened. So now you have to deal with that. You go to the hotel room, you stay by yourself, you're thinking. Your mind is left and right. Because this is you cannot predict all your life or what's gonna be happening tomorrow. But I take that as a lesson, and the same time, I learned something from that, of big things that changed my life. I'm a different person, different fighter. I see boxing a different type of way. I know how to talk to people about boxing. I say, no, this is not a game. You got to go hard. You cannot be around and play. No, you got to run.
You don't play boxing.
This is what I got.
You box. Absolutely.
And this has changed me a lot. I'm a different type of animal inside the ring.
Well, I got to tell you, from your story, from, basically having to be on your own and then battling back, you certainly appear tougher than life to us here. We're grateful to have you. And it's always great to see you, pal. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
We do something called the Fast Five, and we got 5 questions for you. And we're going to ask you 5 questions, and we want to get your answer on it. All right.
All right.
And all right, so the first one's kind of an inside joke between. So there's some real staple boxing gyms of Long Island, right? So there's Atlantic Veterans, which is my club that I belong to. There's Academy, which you belong to, and of course Westbury. Which one do you think smells the worst?
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna answer it. Because I'm not going around a lot, I'm training more in my gym.
You could throw Freeport in there too, because that place is horrible too. But go ahead.
But what happened is, hey, I may tell Frankie's I one day, but sometimes the gym smell like somebody dead inside. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes that happen. That you smell sometimes. At the Academy of Boxing, but this is where I train every day. That's why I say that.
So you say Academy of Boxing? That's the smelliest of all the gyms.
Frankie, gonna be upset.
I'm going. So I think Atlantic Veterans, and it's funny because I went to the store next door and I could still smell the gym next door. So a little funny, and again, Westbury's like a dungeon. So Westbury's literally a dungeon. All right, so you're going with Academy of Boxing, smelliest gym on Long Island, and we're going to tell Frankie that. All right, what's your favorite food and favorite restaurant?
I like to eat in the. I like eat steak. I like steak. Well done. I like eat steak it's in Deer Park. They call the restaurant what is the name? It's like a cowboy restaurant, like Texas House. There we go. I got it.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Texas
So steak. So you eat. So what's your go-to steak then? And you eat it well done. You're supposed to eat it medium. But go ahead. What
I
do you?
know what happened is, Haitian people, people we like to everything cook well. So that's why I like to put some hot sauce. I'm training hard. I'm losing weight, but when it's time to eat, I eat.
Nice. All right, very good, very good. How about your favorite? What's your favorite boxing movie?
I like movie. You said?
Yeah, movie.
You know what? I like the Sylvester Stallone one. I like it.
Rocky.
He's Rocky. I like Rocky. Because they have the story and I'm gonna say this. I like this movie. I like.
All right. And Creed. You liked Creed with Michael Johnson? Michael B. Jordan.
I didn't even watching yet.
Oh, okay. You got to see those. You'll like those. They're both good. All right. What's an arena that you'd like to fight in?
I would like to fight in Madison Square Garden. I didn't fight it here yet, but that's gonna be happening soon. I know it.
I know it is too. I'm confident. All right. It's always the tough one. We stump a lot of people with this one, but we're going to ask you. Can you tell us a clean joke?
Do you want to hear a joke about the construction?
Tell us any joke that's clean.
Okay, I'm working on that. Let me say it again. Do you want to hear a joke about construction?
About construction?
Yes.
Sure.
I am still working on that.
You got me on that one. That was good. I like it. All right. Well, you know what then? Tell us, we're going to do a bonus question. Tell us your favorite French curse word.
Putain.
What's that mean?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we're glad to have you, pal. Thanks again. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. Can you tell us where we can find you on social media?
Yes, you can, you can just Google my name, Wendy Toussaint. On Google, you get my Facebook, my Instagram. It just popped out like that. I don't know why, but it's like Wendy Toussaint.
Wendy Toussaint. All right. Yeah. We can't thank you enough, pal. Thanks for being on the show. We expect big things coming for you in this coming year.
Thank you very much. Thank you to having me here. Hey, this is the first time I'm going to say because when I was fighting Charles Conwell, I have something like that with two people. But, this is, I'm going to say the first time I got you here. And I thank you to having me here. And anytime you want me again here, hey, I'll be happy to be back.
Yeah, you got it. We'd love to have you as a return guest. Thanks, buddy. Thanks again. It was great seeing you.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you back. That's going to be the final bell for today's podcast. If you like what you hear, give us a like and hit the subscribe button with your best power punch. You can check us out at Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and anywhere you can find quality podcasts. We hope our stories inspire you to fight on. We thank you for listening, and remember, life's tough, boxers are tougher. Have a great week, everyone.